Patriot Nation, this is the most revolutionary concept I've ever seen in 30 years of helping people acquire or sell real estate or finance their homes. I'm going to show you in this video a way to pull money out of your existing home, if you have an existing home, of course, and you want to buy a new home. You're going to pull out the equity without a loan, without selling your home legally, and you're going to get money within about 2 to 3 weeks. And here's the most mind-blowing part. You're going to get a chunk of change later on down the road without any management responsibilities for your existing home as you carry it into the future. I'm going to cover all that. I know I said a lot there. I'm going to break it all down. So stick around, share this video, and let's kick off this rodeo right now. Hi folks, I'm Kevin Fagan, the Mortgage Patriot, here in Central Texas, nestled in the hill country above San Antonio, Texas, serving all you proud Texans out there and as well as all you great folks around the country. What can I tell you? I try to bring exciting new programs, the best programs I can find with respect to loan programs, typically buying a home. But here, we're talking about something revolutionary in terms of selling a home. And as I get into that, hit the like and subscribe if you would, because it just really helps my YouTube channel bring videos to the forefront and keeps you on the cutting edge of knowledge and best practices across the industry. Do that if you would, and comment even, and let's get into that content right now. So prior to this new program that I'm going to show you right now, the way to pull equity out of your home, you've only had two choices. One is to get a loan, to get a cash out loan, be it on a first lien cash out or a second lien cash out, HELOC, home equity line of credit. Either way, you're pulling equity out of your home, yes, but you're adding to the debt load of your home. So if you're trying to buy an investment property or a new primary home, now you have to contend with 2 different mortgages, maybe even 3. If you're buying a new home, you qualify for that mortgage, your existing mortgage, and the added debt that you added to pull money out to provide the down payment for this new property. So it usually doesn't work that you qualify for a loan in that respect. So your other choice is, of course, to sell the home. But in selling the home, great, now you pull that equity, but there's no more participation of profit in the house that you just owned because it's gone, it's sold, right? You got a nice chunk of change, great, you're going to buy something new. But you don't get to participate in equity advances, home appreciation of your prior home. Well, that would be crazy, right? Because you don't own it anymore. But I'm going to show you a solution to all that, and this is why it's going to be revolutionary. Okay, great. How does this program work? I'm going to show you right now. And I'll use an example a little bit later on, so hang in there because I'm going to talk concepts right now. And a national institution is going to basically buy your equity. They're not going to buy your house. You still own the house. You are on title. You have to have an underlying mortgage. Okay, they're going to buy the equity in your home. You get to move out and purchase your new home based on the equity that they extend to you. And it's going to be full value, more than full value than a normal traditional sale of a home where you're paying 2 realtors and closing costs and so forth. It's going to be even better than that. So you're going to get a chunk of equity. You're going to buy your new home. This institution is going to take over the management of your existing home. They're going to rent it out at market rent. And then at year 5, all the way to year 30, or however many years you have left on your mortgage, you're going to participate in about a third, 33, 35, maybe even up to 40% possibly of the future appreciation of this home. Okay, wow, what did I just say? I'm going to unpack all that with an example right now. Okay, let's get into an example now, and you're going to need to have assumptions. So our assumption is you bought your home, your current home you live in, for $285,000 5 years ago. $285,000 5 years ago, and now it's worth, you can sell it for $350,000. After about 5 years on your loan balance, let's assume that you took an FHA loan, 3.5% down. Now that loan balance is approximately $250,000. So you have a home worth $350,000 and you have mortgage liens worth $250,000. So you have $100,000 of equity in the home. Hopefully you're tracking on that. If you try to sell it in the traditional way, great. You're paying buyer and seller commissions, closing costs, and typically seller concessions unless you want to fix up the house. So we're going to assume 5% for commissions across the board, which comes out to $17,500. We're going to assume $3,000 for closing costs, and we're going to assume $7,500 for seller concessions in lieu of repairing your home. So all that should come out to $28,000 subtracted from your $350,000. So your net should be $322,000. Not bad at all. So in this scenario, in the traditional scenario, you've netted as a seller now $72,000 from the difference of $322 and your existing mortgage at $250. Great, but think of all the hassle you had to go through to do that and the timeline. The hassle of cleaning your house, making it show ready, fixing and repairing items, maybe doing upgrades or accepting a lower price, of course, if you don't do that. And that takes probably a month just to get a show ready. Then you have strangers walking through your home, criticizing your home for this or that. That takes another month or 45 days or 2 months on the market. Then once you get it under contract, you have to worry about whether it's going to close or not. And that's going to take another 30 days. So you won't even see your funds until probably 3 months away. In our new example, in the revolutionary world here that I'm presenting, you're going to get paid in 2 to 3 weeks. And you're going to get paid a net of about $80,000 to start out instead of $72,000 based on our example. Now let me show you, okay, 80 versus 72, that's great. 2 to 3 weeks versus 3 months, that's even better. Let me show you the revolutionary part right now. Okay, so lean in real tight because here's where it gets real exciting. On the traditional sale, once again, we said your house is worth $350. You bought it for $285 5 years ago. Your loan balance now is at $250. You have $100,000 of equity. If you try to sell it in a traditional manner, you're going to net about $72,000 after closing costs, after transaction commissions and so forth. And it's going to take about 3 to 4 months to get paid. Under this new way, you're going to get paid within 2 or 3 weeks, and you're going to get paid about $80,000 in our example. So we've got those two aspects of the traditional sale beat easily. But more importantly now, you control the house since you still own it, even though it's being managed by a national company. Okay, starting in year 5 in the future, meaning if you were to implement this in 2025, in the year 2030, you have rights to sell the home. If you still want to sell it in year 5, let's assume a 3.5% appreciation of the home's value. That home's going to be worth about $415,000 in the year 2030. So if you sell in 2030, you're going to get another check in the mail for $19,500 roughly. Not bad at all for doing nothing. In fact, you've probably forgotten about the home, and all of a sudden a check comes in the mail after you've sold the home. Incredible. Now, even more impressive, let's say you want to set aside retirement monies or plan for retirement 20 years from now. What is that home going to be worth? At, again, 3.5% appreciation in 20 years. A $350,000 home is going to be worth $700,000 approximately. If you sell it in year 20, what will that look like in the year 2045? I know some of us can't go that far in our heads, but the year 2045, your check that you'll get once upon sale will be $105,000. So in the traditional sale, you got your $72,000, that was it. You washed your hands, you moved on. In the revolutionary world now, you still control the home for a sale after year 5, all the way up to the end of the mortgage term. At any point, you can sell during those times. You have to wait for the 5 years. So I'm going to get into some of the guidelines here, but can you see the power of this? Because you're getting your chunk up front, which is even higher than the traditional sale, and you're getting a second chunk years down the road without you doing it, without you lifting a finger. Incredible. Let's get into those qualifications right now. So regarding guidelines, remember this, that you have to have on your existing home a mortgage lien. You can't own it free and clear. That's one of the first guidelines. And that mortgage itself, the payment, the monthly payment cannot exceed about $2,500 per month to include principal and interest, property taxes, property insurance, and HOA dues. Oh, and mortgage insurance premium. All those factors that go into the monthly payment need to be $2,500 or less. Now, secondly, there is no new mortgage, so you won't be qualifying for any new mortgage. You're going to be getting paid for your equity. And so the institution that's buying the equity is going to be managing your home, and you will not need a new loan. So in terms of the guidelines for the home itself, your home cannot be less than 3 bedrooms, 2 baths. It needs to be built by 1980 or more recently. The home cannot be on a lot bigger than a half an acre. Primarily, you're going to be in a metropolitan area. And I believe that's all the guidelines. If you fit that mold, and let me know. Look at this scan code right here, this QR code. Hover over it with your phone, and let's talk. That's going to come to my screen. Just punch in a few of the inputs, how I contact you, and let's see if this is going to work for you. You're going to get equity for your home that you wouldn't otherwise be able to get, and you're going to participate down the road years later with some percentage of the appreciation of your home, which you wouldn't otherwise get. So you're going to get 2 bites of the apple, as it were. And it's just going to be, this is a great solution for a lot of people. So let me know, hit that QR code, or reach me at 210-317-6514. And let's see if this turns out to be as good an opportunity for you as I think it will be. I'm the Mortgage Patriot, Kevin Fagan, on your side. Make it a great one.